hypnotherapist, but hypnotherapy is quite different. It is actually a tremendously powerful tool that helps you to transform behaviors and beliefs that you either are or are not aware of by talking directly to the part of you that's in the control tower at the subconscious level. And you may be wondering, how in the world do you do that? So we use very specific methods to help you to shift into what's known as the alpha brainwave state. And that is a brainwave state in which you become more open to suggestions. And we can shift these limiting beliefs and these self-sabotaging behaviors probably tenfold in comparison to what we can get to at the conscious level, because we go straight into changing what you want the new belief to be instead. And the alpha brainwave state is the state that you slip into just before sleep. So you're not awake and you're not asleep. You're in between there. And when you're in that state, you become highly suggestible or malleable. And what this means is that your beliefs and all of those conscious thoughts that you have are kind of like silly putty. And that means that they can be molded and changed into something better, something more positive, something that's more conducive to what you really want for your life and for yourself. This, by the way, is one of the reasons I tell people that they should not watch TV while they're falling asleep. Because if you notice all of those late night infomercials that are designed to kind of catch people as they're dozing on the couch, they're taking advantage of that alpha brainwave state in which we are highly suggestible. But in hypnotherapy, we use that alpha brainwave state for your good, so that you're able to transform things more easily, to adopt new beliefs, and to be able to kind of transform at a core level. So when you're walking around fully awake and thinking, I'm not good at this, I'm not valuable, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, we can shift that to, I am valuable, I am worthy, I can do blank, blank, blank. And it's really important to kind of note that really only an ethical and certified hypnotherapist should be trusted to handle this kind of tremendous responsibility to be able to support you compassionately and effectively. The thing about the hypnotic suggestions in a hypnotherapy session is that they are not random affirmations. They're not kind of just nice flowery words that are strung together. While there's nothing at all wrong with affirmations, they can be profoundly helpful. Hypnotherapy is constructed differently. The hypnotic suggestions are designed around your goal and also designed around the way the human mind tends to integrate new beliefs so that they can be more easily adopted and assimilated. So your certified hypnotherapist is actually following a very specific formula in order to carefully craft and design those suggestions so that you can really internalize the message that you're wanting to do. And it's very powerful. It's a craft and a skill, and certainly not random. It's a very carefully designed process. So that's why I always tell people that you should only work with someone who is very ethical and very highly qualified. And what's interesting, though, is that while sometimes hypnosis and hypnotherapy are misconstrued and thought of as, you know, the Vegas stage shows and things like that, there's actually quite a bit of scientific medical evidence of the efficacy of hypnotherapy. It's been proven time and time again through a lot of different studies and research. When I went looking for some of this medical research, I've actually been pretty wowed by what I found, even though I'm already familiar with that efficacy firsthand. There have been studies demonstrating its use for phobias, such as going to the dentist. Several studies I found documenting its efficacy with pain. That in particular was a very common one. One that I looked at, there was some post-operative research, showed that reduction in pain with hypnotherapy was so significant that it actually saved hospitals several hundreds of dollars per patient because they did not require the same amount of pain medication. Patients just weren't requesting pain medication after their surgery because they didn't need it. It's also been shown to be helpful for reducing hot flashes, reducing anxiety and depression, assisting with confidence and empowerment, as we might expect, stress reduction, reducing bodily inflammation, and increasing resilience. And one especially amazing study that I found was that hypnosis was considered to be just as effective as a drug called diazepam, which is an anxiolytic. And if you aren't familiar with that, it's a drug for anxiety. So it actually had the same outcome as someone taking the drug. Hypnosis has also been shown to be more or as effective as cognitive behavioral therapy, which is another pretty common treatment. They were measuring pain during wound care. And I've had some personal experience with wounds, slow healing wounds myself, so I can kind of relate to a point with how painful that can be. And so I was especially wowed by the study where those patients who had hypnotherapy done for their pain experienced a 90% reduction in pain, as well as an 84% reduction in anxiety compared to the group who only had traditional medicine. So, like I said, it's pretty amazing. I'm utterly fascinated and wowed by this. These studies have been done all over the world. France, Belgium, even the Mayo Clinic in North America has implemented hypnosis as a treatment modality. So it's very impressive.